Hey everybody, this is Harvey, and you are watching the Bowtie Psychic. Here on YouTube, I am a psychic and intuitive medium who focuses on generational trauma and ancestral healing through divination. Welcome, and thanks for watching the video. Um, Today I am, I'm doing videos for the month of June for one, and secondly, I am pulling cards for Virgo today. So please watch the video, and if it resonates with you, be sure to subscribe to the channel, share, like, comment, tell your friends about me, because basically the more people know about what I'm doing here and all the work that I'm doing as far as the spiritual work, the more I'll be able to reach people. And if you want a more in-depth reading, you can actually hit me up on the bowtiepsychic@gmail.com to schedule an appointment. So, um, yeah, like when I was tapping into Virgo energy for this particular video, what I got straight up and flat out is that for Virgos, it's time for you to pretty much find love for the month of June. Find love and find um, companionship and prosperity. And I'm talking about romantic love, because you focus so much on work and on the self as far as productivity, that you forgot how to kind of like give yourself to another person on that level. And so I know that it's hard, and I know it's hard to, pretty much find that sort of companionship. I know in 2019, it's kind of very hard on these streets, as far as finding somebody that you connect with. However, what I'm getting is that it's pretty much time to it's time to open yourself up to the possibility of finding someone who isn't perfect, finding someone who, at least dating and having fun with it, and not expecting anything um, spectacular to happen, and to let things happen naturally. But I'm definitely getting that it's really time to start doing a lot of work and a lot of action oriented work. Excuse me, around finding someone that you can seriously connect with on that level. So what I got for this card is the five of air, and straight up and flat out, what I got is from this card is to be your authentic self and not wear a mask, and that's what this card usually means. Basically about, excuse me, I'm burping on camera. So basically, like you, um, basically being blinded to the truth, your own truth, being blinded and not wanting to see what's going on. And a lot of those fireflies are around you, not only fireflies, but dragonflies, and they're wanting you to basically open your eyes and see the world for what it is. And and that's basically what that is. You're also being protected. You're very much being protected by your spirit guides and your ancestors. And so this card, as far as the energy of it, is basically saying that no one is no one is trying to put you in harm's way, so it's okay for you to open up slowly but surely to someone, on that level, and especially if you are, looking for someone to go out with, to date, or to, as time progresses, to be a significant other to you. You put so much effort into your work, and I'm not just talking about community work. I'm talking about like your typical 9 to 5, or your own business, um, or even your own friendships. You know what I mean? You put so much work and effort into your lifestyle and your livelihood in general, that sometimes you forget that there's like a whole romantic side to you, a more sensual, sexual side to you, um, and that part of you, at least for the part of June, and the month of June is ready to come out. So you're literally being asked, to basically allow yourself to feel, I guess, that general that proudness in, you know, in that sexuality and sensuality, and not associate um, and not associate, your work um, with finding. Let me back that up because that really didn't make any sense how I was going to say it. This is a time to put work into your romantic relationships, but not in the way that you would a business. Basically, you're being asked to put energy into connecting with other people outside of a friendship, even if it's about even my cats are being talkative today. Um, but basically, you're literally being asked, to put the energy, into having fun, and to connecting with someone on a romantic level, just so you would, just so you can get out of the work mode at times, and to connect with someone on a spiritual level, if possible. Sometimes Virgos are usually known for doing a lot of work in their community and being relatively friendly, but there's a self-centeredness to when it comes to relationships. It's as if that person, if they are not on your level from jump, um, you really don't have time for them. And so basically, um, what you're being asked is to, pretty much give that person a chance and just take things slow. If you're in a relationship, take things slow. Okay, but basically, for the most part, Virgo, or like for the month of June, you're asking to tap into that romantic, sensual love energy. I'm getting a lot of Venus signs, Scorpio, not Scorpio, but Virgo, Venus signs. So this is basically for you. You also this card and another one. This card and the first one that popped up came in another video. But basically, you're being asked, you know, from by this card, the Two of Air, to not only be your authentic self, but expect that person to be the same. Don't settle. Don't compromise. Don't compromise. Be ready to um, what I'm getting is that a lot of people cannot handle your lifestyle and handle your energy and handle um, your giving nature. Not everyone will be able to handle because you're also extremely blunt, and not everyone can handle that. Just be aware that you are going to, when you are dating and going into the dating world. If you're a single Virgo Venus sign of a Venus person, be aware that not everyone is going to be here for you. Um, don't and of course you don't seem like the type of person. What I'm getting is that you're not going to take that personal. You're just going to move forward without that person because that spiritual connection isn't there yet anyhow. And because I'm getting it in the beginning stages, you're going to be going through this where and I'm getting like male energy that is doing this, male energy, masculine energy, and that could be um, like a cis body male or a trans person or a gender non-conforming person with masculine energy. And I'm getting that, or a woman with masculine energy. What I'm getting is that you're going to be dealing with a lot of that to where they want to be in charge of you. They want to be in control of the situation, and they cannot. They're really intimidated by you and your energy and what you are willing to offer. So be aware that you are going to be rejecting a lot of people who are not on board with what you are doing. I'm getting a lot of Believe it or not, a lot of Leo energy and Sagittarius energy. There's going to be a lot of back and forth with those folks if you are dating a Leo and a Sagittarius, because chances are these people are they have a huge ego. They are to be the center of attention of the majority of the time, and when they're not, there's a problem. And so if you are dating both of those signs, chances are you're going to be running into conflict, or and because Virgo in your own way, those who are born under the Virgo sign, you're your own alpha. You're your own alpha person. That's what I'm getting. Like, you're your own person, and you're very stubborn. You don't compromise too much. You've done too much work on yourself to compromise. Your sign is known for its stubbornness. And so when people try to challenge you in any way, shape, or form, or challenge your beliefs in some way, shape, or form, or basically like even attempt to like compromise or tamper with your livelihood and your personhood in any way, shape, or form, you peace out real quick. So just be aware that when it comes to dating, any sort of situation where you're giving a person like a lot of romantic energy, it'll be for the benefit of everybody. It will benefit everyone if you were to be upfront about what you are looking for in a partner, and looking for in an individual that you um, are wanting to spend the rest of your life with, because when everything is on the table, there's no compromise. When everything is on the table, as far as what you are looking for, there's no surprises in the long run, and that's when you can determine, just based on the energy and the type of conversation you will have with the person that you are interested in. That's when you can determine whether or not that person is a friend in the long run, or someone who basically is someone you will want to have in your life. There's like there's way too many people in this world who are, I guess, like wasting time with people who are very willing to control them. And so it's like this is really the time to determine what type of relationship you want to be in Virgo, like Virgo and Venus. Um, so I'm also getting a lot of stress. Like, yes, I have been sitting down a lot, and so but I'm not. I'm usually not in this type of pain. So what I'm getting is that a lot of you have. I'm getting like some strain in my back, my lower back, not my lower back, but my the middle of my back and my neck. Ooh, which there's like a lot of stiffness there. Yeah. So those are those. You carry a lot on your shoulders. You carry a lot on your shoulders, and it's not up to you to carry the world either. Which is why you're being told to relax, um, and to like have fun. Excuse me, and also get plenty of sleep. Some of y'all are not sleeping very well, and drink plenty of water, especially with cancer season coming up. There's going to be a lot of emotional stuff, and that's another thing too. Virgo, y'all, that is not going to hit you as hard. To be honest with you, like a lot of that stuff with cancer season, it's not going to hit you as hard because you're pouring your energy. you are very grounded. You are very grounded already. So a lot of you know how to do a lot of meditation exercises. A lot of you are not so like hyped up and keyed up in your emotions. A lot of you know how to express your emotions in a healthy manner, in a productive manner. So this is not going to hit you as hard. Now things are going to be like with every other whatever human being, you're going to be going through your ups and downs. But as far as the emotional impact, it's not going to be there. You literally are going to go through the emotions, and as far as you're going to express your emotions in a way that's not destructive. And you're just going to keep it going. So I just wanted to throw that in there too, um, because Spirit is telling me that a lot of people are going to be impacted by Cancer season, which is why, especially water signs, of course, which is water and air signs are going to be hit the hardest because because there's like a lack of grounding. With air, like air and water, they're always moving. But the earth is pretty much going to be okay. Like earth signs are going to be okay because of your earth sign, and most earth signs are grounded and look at things logically. So earth signs are going to be okay um, as far as Cancer season that's coming up and your emotional state. Um, is everyone else, like the fire sign, earth sign, I'm sorry, fire sign, air sign, and the water signs are going to be impacted the most because at their core and at their most intense, um, the rest of the signs, the air, um, fire, and water signs, they're they are always constantly moving, and they can be very very explosive at times, um, very harsh at times. Earth sign is not like that. If anything, the complete opposite is going to happen to you. If anything, you're going to be asked to, like earth signs are definitely going to be asked to be patient with everybody else. So just so you know, I'm just putting that out there. So just be aware, Virgo. You're not going to be impacted by the Cancer season very much whatsoever. But you're going to be very grounded, very, very grounded. Uh, so what you received here is Coral's wisdom. And what it says here is colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are crafted over great periods of time. So this is one of my oracle cards, the Oracle Mermaid cards. And I was told by Spirit to pull this from this deck. I should have said that beforehand. But basically, this is upside down, an oracle card upside down. Yeah, hmm, I'm not getting any. Yeah, like, oh, that's the thing. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not getting any fragility or anything like that. So, Spirit, what is this? Okay, thank you. A lot of this when it comes to love and getting your um, and letting people in, you're definitely going to be, that's going to be a challenge for y'all. This is what I'm getting. A lot of you are not going to be able to, y'all are very impatient when it comes to love. Thank you, Spirit. So when it comes to love and and giving yourself to someone on that level, it takes time. It takes a significant amount of time. A lot of Virgos, however, I'm getting a lot of impatience. A lot of like a very impatient energy. You're very quick to cut someone off if they even look at you funny. And so you're being asked to, unless you're being, unless your gut tells you otherwise, um, to give that person a chance. Give that person a clean chance, because what's going to end up happening is that, um, that's why you're being asked, like, don't look for perfection. Don't look for perfection at all. Don't look for, you know, that mate that isn't going to get on your nerves, that perfect mate that, is going to be, a person who's not going to get on your nerves or say something, crazy, or say or do something that's going to make you uncomfortable ever, or not say hurtful things ever. There is no such thing as a perfect person. So, Virgo, you're literally being asked to give that person a chance. Give that person a chance. you know Everyone makes a mistake. Now if they're doing stuff that is very self-destructive, and is very much to the point where it's not conducive to your livelihood, and your gut tells you that if you continue with that relationship, or going down that line, um, that something is going to happen that's going to wreck your life, by all means, bounce. Like, you are not obligated to stay with someone that isn't going to add to your life. But as far as, um, is getting to know someone, and they are just, and they say something or do something that's kind of, that makes you uncomfortable, or they do something that you feel triggers you, and they mean well, or they didn't know any better. Um, don't cut them off. Ask yourself why you're triggered by what happened, or ask yourself what is it about this person, or about their habit, or about, certain things about that person. What is it about them that turns you clean off, or something? What is it? What is it about this person that that doesn't sit well with you? Because chances are, if some stuff, that it may be some things that are completely unhealed. It could be some things that has something to do with, with something that you know someone else in your life has done, or it could be a variety of things. But you're literally being told, to, through this card anyway, in the month of June, um, just don't up and cut someone off, out of your life, simply because they made a mistake. That's what you're getting from this. That's what you're getting from this entire spread. That, for the month of June, you're being asked to give a person a chance, and to work on compromise, to the point where you are not throwing that person away simply because they're not perfect. Okay, a lot of us, have super super high expectations in Virgo. You're not Virgo. Venus, Virgo and Venus. You're not the exception. You're not the exception. Um, which is why you're being told, for the month of June, to use this love energy, to literally, like, start meeting new people and learning how, to work with them, and work, and to not expect perfection. To not expect perfection. because that's kept you single for a while. And it comes from, I'm getting it comes from a place of fear. It comes from a place of fear. It comes from a place of, I think it comes from a place of knowledge. What does that mean, spirit? It's a knowledge. Thank you. It's basically coming from a place of knowing what you're attracted to and knowing what you are willing to put up with. It comes from a place of knowledge. It comes from a place of knowing what type of person you are would like to spend the rest of your life with. It's time for you to be vulnerable. It's time for you to make sacrifices. And with sacrifice, I mean um, being vulnerable and being willing and being very honest and being very open about about where you stand when it comes to love and to really examine if you are single um, and have been single for quite some time. Ask yourself, you know, and you're afraid of dating or have dated and you um, not been able to like connect with someone yet, and you're like, I give up. Ask yourself why. Is it because you have high expectations? Is it because you've been hurt in the past? Is it because that one person um, reminded you of someone else that was like, or they remind you the people that you were with remind you of you know that one person that messed it up for everyone else? Did that person cause you trauma? What's going on? What's going on um, to make you not want to, or make you afraid of, or very hesitant to, you know, connect with someone on a romantic level? So yes, that is that is what Virgo is being asked to do. Virgo is being asked to not only take advantage of all this love energy that's going on in the month of June, but to also start asking, you know, what's taking you so long? Basically, what's taking you so long, to um, be involved in a romantic relationship or connect with someone on a very vulnerable level. So that's all I have for Virgo in the month of June. If that resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, you can follow the Bowtie Psychic YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And again, I also have a podcast under the same name. You can check it out on iTunes and Spotify, or anywhere you listen to your podcast. So, and again, if you are wanting to get a more in-depth reading, you can hit me up at bowtiepsychic@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace.